These are the renderings of the last phase of our apartment development, mixed use. This is a 24,000 square foot outer L-shaped retail strip mall. As you can tell, all the older strip malls had that L that was on the inward, and the inside L in the crevice in the middle always had empty vacant spaces because it had no visibility. But this new modern outside L shape, like this, is the most effective. So we have most of the units rented except for a few spaces left in the restaurant, which is 5,000 square feet. But as you can see, we can rent the spaces anywhere from like 750 square feet on up. Depends on the unit, but what we have already is a title company, dermatology, a LASIK surgeon, and a health spa. It's a luxury spa, and it has 200 parking spaces. We already finished, which was like a 2.5-year deal on the phase one, which is 14 three-story unit apartments where we had 370 units, and that was a $50 million project with a clubhouse, a pool, dog wash, dog run, and barbecue and other amenities that aren't normally in most apartments. It's pretty nice. So now that that's finished, as well as the 11 single-story garage units that we have, we're finishing the retail. And the retail, this should be finished within about another 6 months at completion. So as you can see, things are moving along really well right now, and it will be leased up pretty quickly. But the only thing left is that we have is the restaurant. But we have a couple applicants for it. We haven't decided on which one to go with, or to bring in an outside one from out of state. Fortune 500 restaurant. This is gonna be triple net. We're gonna rent for like $24 a square foot. So the gross will be $600,000 a year. Now, on the construction on the mall is different than the apartment complex. The apartment is more of a wood structure, and the casework and the masonry and all this concrete and the site finishing and everything is a little bit different. Architectural work and all this interior and everything's a bit different. But when you're doing the mall or your retail development, what you're gonna do is you're gonna have all your engineering plans, your architectural plans, and your costs and your breakdown in different divisions. And each division of work done for the area of the mall or area of the apartment complex will have all your contractors that do each certain specialty, and you have it all broken down to so many divisions, and then you place it in certain websites and everything, and then you get bids from all the contractors, and you find out the best ones, and then you go with the best one. So on our retail mall, the difference between the retail and residential is more, you're having like structural metal framing, structural steel framing, the steel for the building, and the steel joist framing, and your wood, your plastics, and your rough carpentry is a little different. And the divisions are spot different. I'm going to name the different divisions so you know. So when you get to this point, you'll have an idea of what's really going on. So you have like your contractors and stuff that's going to do all your utilities, your groundwork, sanitation, your storm drainage, all that kind of stuff, preparation of the ground. You're going to have ones come in and going to do all the masonry and the unit masonry. You're going to have another group that's going to do like your field offices, your construction facility, your construction aids, the temporary scaffoldings, the platforms, and like your outhouses and things like that, or the Johnny on spots and stuff like that. That's a whole nother price bid for that one. So you get your concrete and your forming, your concrete accessories, your concrete reinforcement, and your case in place concrete and your structural concrete. You get the estimated for all that. The masonry and the masonry side of it, that estimate from different contractors. Then you have all the framing and the metal aspect from those contractors. Then you have contractors come in and bid on all your wood, plastics, composites, your rough carpentry, and your finished carpentry, and your millwork. Then you have another set of contractors going to do all the thermal, moisture protection, the damp proofing, waterproofing, sheet metal waterproofing, thermal insulation, weather barriers, build up the bituminous roofing, and the flashing and the sheet metal and the joint sealants on the roof. As another set of contractors going to make a bid on opening the metals, openings, metal frames, metal doors, wood doors, your plastic doors, your pane doors, sectional doors, all these storefronts, the glass, the automatic entrances, the sliding and opening and closing, and the door hardware. That's another set. And then your other division, and you have another division of the plumbing, the piping, the facility water distribution, the plumbing equipment, plumbing fixtures, commercial plumbing fixtures, drinking fountains, water coolers, all that, etc. That's your other contract. That's all your bids for that contract, that division. And you have your next division is going to be like your electrical, your instrument panels, your controlling electrical systems, your power distribution units, interior lighting, emergency lighting, exterior lighting, exit lightings, lighting poles and standards, parking lot lighting and area lighting and site lighting and flood lighting. That's their contract. You get all the contract bids for that. You have a general contractor that's going to oversee all this stuff, but I'm just breaking things down to you so you see what's going on to it. And you have another one for the electronic safety, security, electronic access control, alarms, electronic surveillance, video surveillance, and fire detection alarm. And another division, there's only like a couple more, is going to be the one that's going to do the preparation for the site clearing, the grading, the soil treatment, and the earthwork. And then the last one would be like the exterior improvements, the bases, the ballast, the paving, flexible paving, asphalt paving, rigid paving, concrete paving, the curbs, gutters, sidewalks, driveways, paving specialties, parking bumpers, pavement markings, fences, gates, and water irrigation systems for the grass and all that kind of stuff. And we're going to put in sod, so it's going to look really nice. So when you have all those divisions and you get your general contractors who's going to do the job and get the right bids and right quotes, then you're going to do, which I'll train you how to do the overall construction management. So then you're going to coordinate where everybody's working these projects in the timeline and everybody's showing up at the same time like a well-orchestrated machine, because it's really actually art. Because when you have all the contractors going at the same time and everything's falling into place, everything, and the sign off on all the inspections and everything goes like clockwork, and then you meet your timeline for your schedule and you complete your project ahead of time, everybody's making more money, and you're going to give everybody a bonus for completion ahead of time, and you're going to get better contractors and things like that when you set it up like that. So that's your overall project details, and that is for this retail aspect, the last phase of this apartment development. I'll probably go over more engineering and blueprints and all that stuff later on, but all that stuff is details later. Of course, you have to get into retail and apartments and all this stuff and get the cash and all this stuff, which I show you how to do all that stuff, and then I get you into this. But I'm going to teach you the bigger picture and how things really fit together and where things are possible for you when you hire me. Now, you probably want to hire me because nobody else in the industry has the kind of negotiation skills and the training and experience to get a person with no background up to speed and further ahead than a person that owns commercial real estate and has been in commercial real estate for their whole entire life, because I can teach you solutions and overcome objections and things that, or obstacles that are shown that appear to any normal person and anybody in the industry that cannot overcome them and get around certain things because they haven't done the amount of volume and the amount of size and train the amount of people I've trained. Anybody can go on and do general information on videos and stuff on how to do this, how to do that, and all that stuff. But there's a lot of rules and ratios and a lot of things and a lot of factors on elite level commercial real estate that other people don't even know about. And like I've mentioned before, the industry is so many layers of basically deception and levels of information that anybody on the surface will never know. Anybody that's even been in the business, if they're not on the inside of the business and know how things really work and fit together and done large volume deals and a lot of money and a lot of transactions and negotiations and things inside of the financing arena, from the underwriting out to the consumer, the backwards side of it, from the back to the front, they won't know how everything fits together and won't know how to get into properties and make all the money. All my students are making all the money. They're closing deals, are getting into these properties, and they're cutting to the chase. They know what the lies are from the very beginning, and they're able to in and out and close the deal within a week. Now, I hear other people on the internet talking now. Some people are saying they can close in 30 days. Well, before you're saying 90 days to 120 days, but reality is if they can't close in a week, they don't know what they're doing. They have been doing it for so long, they still don't know what they're doing. And for them to say 30 days when they normally say 90 means, well, anyways, if you don't know what you're doing, I mean, there's a difference between like riding a bicycle and flying a F-22 Raptor. You can pretend to know or play a video game and act like you know, but if you really know and you've been on the inside of the industry and done the volume and done all the stuff from the inside out for so long and so much transactions, the normal person hasn't experienced it or even know what's the problems are and what things need to be overcome and how to set things up. And everything has to be lined up, and everything has a sequence and an order and a reason why. That's what most people don't understand, is that like when they just go do things blindly, like getting funding for corporations or personal funding or whatever, there's reasons behind every single thing. Whereas a normal person goes, well, I think you do this, I think you do that, and I'm going to guess this, I'm going to guess that, and I'm going to do. They don't understand anything, because everything you have to understand completely about how every single thing fits together and why you do certain things at certain times, why you don't do certain things at certain times, and why the ratios that I tell people have to be this certain way. So when I'm teaching you how to play poker and how to do the real financing, how to get these things done, and we're doing private money that nobody even has, and we're pulling off all these deals and putting you in the strongest position to close deals in a week and to close massive amount of numbers within a short period of time, and teaching you things on a higher level that, portfolio owned commercial real estate elite level people don't even know. I mean, there's a very few people in the industry that do know this. I mean, the top elite know this, but they don't go telling anybody about it because they own the majority of the real estate and they're not sharing it with anybody. But I'm teaching you all these things so you're able to exponentially grow and outperform all the other people, because you know more and you know the understanding and how to really manipulate things and make things work. Other people don't know that. They don't have access to this information. Other people can say, buy this book, buy that book, or wholesale this. You could do this and wholesale this stuff. That's all gibberish, because that's like poor people talk. That's not real money in commercial real estate. Like I said, in the car industry, there are so many levels of misinformation and non-understanding that the normal consumer gets ripped off on cars all day long. But if you really know the big volume and how to buy things, you can buy things and make profit on tons of vehicles and tons of things like high-end stuff where other people couldn't do it. I mean, but commercial real estate is like 1,000 times or 100 times more layers and more complex. It is the matrix. The commercial real estate is truly the matrix for the money. People say the money is the banks and all this stuff, but no, the matrix, the real matrix of money is commercial real estate, because all the real money ends up in the commercial real estate realm, and that's what sifts. The whole matrix is built on the commercial real estate. Everything else is below it. So when all these other people are talking about their commercial real estate, they're still in the matrix. They don't even know that they're at the bottom of the pond when I'm teaching you how to be the king and queen and run the whole board, because you are in control and you're architect of the matrix, because you know what's going on. They don't ever look at it that way because they don't understand that. That's why they don't understand the dynamic, the poker side of it, or any of that aspect in all the layers of deception and things that are going on, because they're still at the bottom. So anyhow, if you're looking to get into this industry and start making some real money in your life and get paid for the time that you put into it, you should be looking to give me a call and getting started. Or if you want to start out with credit repair, we'll get you started with that, or personal funding and get into corporate money. So if you're aggressive, you like a lot of action and getting paid for what you're worth and changing like generational wealth, this industry is a hot industry. If you can focus and keep your mind off of music, TV, movies, and all this dumb stuff, and wasting time and wasting your money on smoking, drinking, chasing women, all these dumb things, and if you can actually focus and concentrate, even if you put in, I mean, like the profit margins on all our deals, if you close a deal, I mean, even one deal, because I'm starting out at 1 to 5 million on the very basic beginner stuff, you're pulling out 500,000. Worst case scenario normally is $1 million and up. After you got the 500, and the way I'm training you, I'm kicking you into like 5 to 20, $30 million range on everything else afterwards. So nobody else gets you that high. Everybody else is doing, oh, let's get into like fourplexes or come up with a down payment, and then I could get you into like these little baby $1 million properties and stupid stuff that doesn't make any money. You want to make real bank, you want to get real rich, I'm the one that's going to teach you, because I'm the one with experience that's done this and trained people to do this. The margins are huge if you're the mindset that can dedicate and put your focus on this within, I mean, you can pull it off quickly and keep going, because once you start getting results, it's going to exponentially grow, and it's going to be a snowball effect, because you're going to be so excited. You're going to get the car, the office, clothes, all these things. And it's just going to keep better and better, getting better and better. But if you're lazy and don't like a lot of money, and you're not motivated by excitement and accomplishing big things and having some form of a path to really change your whole entire life, and you just kind of get by, loser, and you like being an employee, I won't say a loser, but you're just the type of like to get by and be an employee and kind of collect a government check for whatever you can get, stimulus or whatever, just getting by and like happy with the status quo, then yeah, this would suck. But if you want to make a change and you want to have excitement, you want to get big money in your life and make a change, and like be able to point back to like, oh, this is when I started making the real big money, and that's when I really started getting rich. That kind of moment, well, this is a place to start. So anyhow, thanks for watching this video. I look forward to talking to you, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.